Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews. I am your host, Boise. It's 3 in the morning. I've just finished watching NXT Takeover Phoenix. I've got my can of Monster Energy drink. So let's just get on with probably one of the best shows of 2019 already. So we started off the show with probably one of the biggest matches of the night. It was the NXT Tag Team Championship match between Undisputed Era versus the number one contenders, War Raiders. This was a bloody brilliant match. The intro for War Raiders, sometimes NXT give you those unique, awesome intros, like we had the Shinsuke Nakamura one with the violinist, we had Aleister Black with the monks. This time round, we had a platoon of Vikings for the entrance of the War Raiders, and it looked absolutely bloody awesome. And that match started off exactly how you wanted it to as well. Undisputed Era come out, they don't even allow the match to start from at the beginning. Both teams going all out, trying to beat the crap out of each other. Undisputed Era trying to get as much of an advantage between the War Raiders as possible, but they couldn't. And then the match finally started when Hanson and Rollins took out Roderick Strong, and it looked like we were going to get a quick pin at that because War Raiders were fully prepared for all the underhanded techniques of Undisputed Era. But luckily enough, we had a perfect 30-minute match where everyone got to shine. Yes, everyone got to shine in this match. Sometimes you struggle with teams and one team looks more dominant, but no, both teams came out looking like absolute legends. And this is the type of match this is Tag Team Championship Wrestling at its best. I would actually compare it to like the Usos and the New Day's rivalry. That's how good of a rivalry the Undisputed and the War Raiders one has been. And it's just, again, a fun match. Hanson pulling off moves that a 205 cruiserweight pulls off. And he's a huge guy. It's mind-boggling he can pull off these moves. We had Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong pulling up the high-low finisher twice on Hanson. Twice, and he managed to get his arm up in time to not get pinned. When it all looked like it was over and done with and it looked like Undisputed Era were going to get the victory, War Raiders pulled off a shocker when they managed to overpower both Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly, taking them out and getting the 3 count. Yes, that we have a new NXT Tag Team Champions in the War Raiders. The biggest shock for me was Bobby Fish and Adam Cole didn't get involved in the match. I was expecting them to get involved. So, you know, even if Undisputed Era had lost by DQ, they would still be champions. But my God, it was a absolutely stellar opening match, and I enjoyed every second of it. Yes, I am shattered. Like I said, while I'm recording this, it's early hours in the morning, but my God, I'm still pumped from this match, which I've just seen. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Next up, we got Matt Riddle versus Kassius Ohno. Last time these two took each other on at a takeover show, Matt Riddle took out Kassius Ohno in like 7 seconds. But luckily enough, we got a very much a longer period match. I think it was about 25 minutes this match altogether, and it was a hell of a match. The rivalry, the storytelling from this match from NXT has been well put together. Both times Matt Riddle and Kassius Ohno have had official matches. Matt Riddle's won, but Kassius Ohno has literally beaten the crap out of Matt Riddle by going to the low blows, cheap shots, everything you can expect from a good heel storytelling, right? And this is the thing, Kassius Ohno has a very poor record at takeovers, so I was kind of going into the mindset we might finally see Kassius Ohno get his first NXT takeover victory, but no, we didn't, and that's a bit of a shame because I like Kassius Ohno. I like the heel Kassius Ohno. He plays it off really well, and he's one of the best in-ring talents NXT have. I like that he's able to work with different styles and still bring out brilliant matches, and that's what we got with Matt Riddle. And I honestly thought this is going to be a difficult match for him, because not just because we've seen them compete a few times now, but because they've just had to compete with a match which for me is probably one of the best tag team matches we've seen so far this year. It could be a contender for best tag team match of the year already. So following that over is quite difficult, and they managed to do it. It was a hard hitting match, and Kassius Ohno looked like he busted Matt Riddle's mouth. That's with a foot, and that again, if it's a shot and everything like that, they did perfectly. Both men were just absolutely brutal throughout the whole match, and it was the only thing which let it down for me, personally speaking, was the ending. Now, watching it, like I said, I've just finished watching NXT Takeover Phoenix. Watching that and seeing Kassius Ohno tapping out with Matt Riddle just going like that, it just felt like it should have been a proper finisher, either Matt Riddle's submission finisher or his kick, the one he used on him at the last takeover. But it was like, it was a great match and it was really hard hitting, but it was just a finish which lit it down for me. So the final score for me for Matt Riddle versus Kassius Ohno, a very good match, is going to get a 3 out of 5. Next up, we had the NXT North American Championship match. It's Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano. This is the match I think most people were looking forward to. I'm more of a tag team fan, but this was another match I had an eye on all night, and it was fun. It was a fun match. Comic book references from both men is always great. Johnny Gargano, I think, was going for Captain Marvel design, and yeah, Ricochet, Ultimate Spider-Man. Just awesome. It was great to see those designs. I know I'm a massive comic book fan, so it was good to see that. But the match itself started off brilliantly. Ricochet pulling off 10. I honestly think Ricochet has hacked the Matrix. The things he manages to do in the ring is absolutely mind-boggling. And it just, again, Johnny Gargano, there's a reason they have a shirt saying Johnny Takeover, because he just somehow, every takeover match, he makes it better and better and better. His match against Aleister Black, brilliant. Andrade, brilliant. Champa, brilliant. It's like the guy knows every time he's going to go into a takeover match, this is where I can shine, this is where I can show the world I'm one of not just a good wrestler, I'm one of the best wrestlers on planet Earth. And he does, he just absolutely steals the show every single time. And Ricochet is one of the perfect opponents for that, because he's not just a talented wrestler, he's a fantastic talented wrestler. Again, one of the best wrestlers in the world, and we just got to see them just kill it on one of the biggest stages on WWE Network. And that's what we got, and that's what you do want to see. Now, it was, honestly, it looked like Ricochet was about to get the victory. It was such a back and forth match several times until Johnny Gargano gave in to the dark side and had to go using the unprotected flooring and take out Ricochet. He thought about it. It was twice he thought about it. Once he backed away, went back to being just Johnny wrestling, and then finally he went and became Johnny Badass, taking out Ricochet on the unprotected flooring and getting the victory. We have a new North American champion. Johnny Gargano kept his promise that 2019 he will become a champion on NXT, and to be honest, it was awesome. So for me, I'm going to give this, I've got to give it 5 stars. I have to give it a 5-star rating. It was absolutely brilliant. Next up, we had the NXT Women's Championship match. This was Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair. Now, this is, I'm not going to lie guys, this is the one match out of the whole show on the cards I wasn't really looking forward to. And that's nothing against both competitors, it's just because out of all the matches, this one just seemed to have the least push from storyline for me. And everyone else is like Aleister Black versus Champa have a big storyline going to it. Gargano and Ricochet don't have a big story, but it's just the The chemistry they've had in the ring for the last couple of weeks has just been brilliant. Matt Riddle and Kassius Ohno, just a good, basic but traditional storyline. And Undisputed Era and Raw Raiders have just had a bit non-stop action since both teams have collided. So this one just felt like, for me, the one which was going to be like the weakest one. And to be honest, it was actually better than what I was expecting. Bianca Belair has impressed me in times, but this is possibly Bianca Belair's best match since her NXT, her Mae Young debut for me. She's just been really, really well put together, and I liked the story they were giving in this one. That Shayna Baszler came off looking really strong. She dominated the majority of the start of the match. She really did. Bianca Belair's selling of the arm injury was absolutely brilliant. It just, every single time, it looked like she was in agony. Shayna Baszler is like a Terminator. She sees a weakness, she's gonna go for it, and she kept on going for that arm all the way through the night. Bianca Belair had no choice but to use her hair whip, which I still think is bloody awesome. I love that she has something like that. It's not illegal. She can use it anytime, and it's like an equalizer to someone like Shayna Baszler, who's very aggressive, very dangerous when it comes to submission techniques. Obviously, Shayna Baszler's groupies came back out to try and even the score. I don't know if it's even in the score. I think to be honest, Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey have done such a fantastic job. The other two who have signed, I haven't even learnt their names yet. They're just so boring. They really are the most boring two out of the four horsewomen. But yeah, it just a brilliant match, better than I was expecting. Shayna Baszler did get the victory, and Bianca Belair, she did lose. But what a bloody match! Again, I am going to give praise to Bianca Belair. She's impressed me so much this last couple of months since this all undefeated thing became her big thing, and now she is defeated. Let's see how she goes from there. So for me, I'm going to give this a 3.5-star match. Just a surprising, great match. Last but not least, it was the NXT Championship match. Tammaso Ciampa versus Aleister Black. Now, this had a huge story going in. So we had Johnny Gargano taking out Aleister Black before their triple threat match. Champa obviously winning the title of Aleister Black months beforehand. There was so much backstory into this, and it just felt like an epic final match, and that's what we got. It was epic in every single way. Tammaso Ciampa and Aleister Black have absolutely some of the best chemistry you can expect from two wrestlers with that caliber, and it was hard hitting. There was great storytelling in the match as well. I don't really want to spoil so much of the matches for you guys. I want you to watch it. If you haven't seen the matches, watch it, because it's just NXT Takeover Phoenix is possibly one of the best takeovers. I say this every time we have a takeover. Oh, it's so good. It could be one of the best. It's very rare we have a bad takeover, or not even a bad takeover. I don't think we've ever had a bad takeover. I think this is such a good takeover main event match, because you're just rooting so much for Aleister Black, but there's a part of you deep down who's like, I'm absolutely enjoying Tammaso Ciampa as champion. So, and that's what it was. It was the whole, what will happen? What's going to happen in this match? And both men giving it. The best thing about one of the best things, the ending. Tammaso Ciampa had to hit the fairy tale ending, not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times, 4 times to put Aleister Black away. 4 times. The leg was being worked on by Tammaso Ciampa on Aleister Black all night, so Aleister Black couldn't use the fade to black on him. It was just a great match. So what am I going to give it? This is really difficult. I was thinking about, was it better than Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano? And I think match-wise, it's slightly lower, but storytelling-wise, it's so much better. So I'm going to give it yet another 5 out of 5 stars. Brilliant match. Just Takeover Phoenix is just, yeah. WWE, you've had your best pay-per-view already. Royal Rumble main event, guys. You've got to, main roster guys have to watch out now, because the Takeover team, every time the NXT team just steal the show every weekend now. And there you go, guys. That was NXT Takeover Phoenix. What did I think? Bloody brilliant pay-per-view. I loved every single part. I think every match lived up to what it needed to do. There was no poor matches at all in the show, and I just can't believe it. You know, this again, how well NXT just evolves every single time we have a takeover show. NXT just seems to always have the best show of the weekend. So the Royal Rumble's got a lot of work to do to beat that, because 5 matches, 5 brilliant matches, 2 of them just outstanding storytelling. Well, 1 storytelling, 1 just physically best match of the year already. But yeah, final score for Takeover Phoenix for me is going to get a 4.5 star review. But what was your favourite part of NXT Takeover Phoenix? Leave it in the comments below, guys. If you do like our videos, please remember to like, subscribe and press the bell to keep notified. If you want to follow us on the old Twitter, it's at SmackTalkYouTube. And if you want to follow me on the old Twitter, it's at Boise88. And now I can go to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow for not NXT, for the Royal Rumble review. See you later, guys.